Hi guys, this is Ari. I am back with a review. Today I'm reviewing the Holiday Express Inn in New Orleans, Louisiana. So I am actually from New Orleans. I don't live there currently, but I am born and raised there. And I had not gone to visit in a long time, just because I've done it and I'm over it. And that is just my experience. Anyway, so I went back for reasons that I should not have gone because I didn't really want to go. Somebody convinced me to go, and I went. Anyway, I had rented two hotel rooms, one for myself and one for the other person. And the one that I got was more spacious than the one that they got. So I'm going to be showing you two rooms. So my room is first, and it's a little bit more spacious, different than other Holiday Inn Expresses because it doesn't have a tub. It just has like a shower, a small bathroom, a shower, toilet, and then that's in like a space that they close off with a barnyard door. And then the sink is actually outside of the bathroom. But I enjoyed my stay there. The room was very comfortable. The person who checked me into the hotel, I want to say her name is Chastity. I could be wrong. I know it started with a C. She's super, super nice. And she suggested that room because it was the most quiet room, which I loved because I do not like noise. So it was the room that was furthest away from everyone. So completely enjoyed it. The bed was uber comfortable. They actually make me want to buy whatever bed they're purchasing for their hotels. I need to buy for my home because I always have a good night's sleep. It is just the most amazing thing. I always wake up feeling so refreshed. But I enjoyed my stay. I enjoyed the quietness of the hotel. I enjoyed the accommodations. Now, I didn't do anything beyond go to the event I was supposed to go to and come back and sleep, and then I left. But the hotel does have a pool. It has an ATM machine. It has a gym. It has a very, very spacious dining area, which I do show towards the end of after the second room. So, but I again enjoyed my stay. The room had all the usual amenities. It had a refrigerator, a microwave, a coffee maker or tea, depending on what you drink. It had the blow dryer, ironing board, just the usual. The view was of the parking lot, but again, I was in downtown New Orleans, so it was kind of what you would expect. Um, Here's a side note. I did not realize the next day was a Saints game. So I was stuck in traffic because I didn't think about it. I don't do sports, so I don't pay attention. And so happened, yeah, it was a Saints game. I do not know whether they won or lost. Usually with the Saints, they usually lose. So if they won, that's like a miracle. In any case, but I could be wrong. Again, not a sports thing. I just know, just from history, they didn't do well. At least when I was growing up and they were playing. Any case, the second room was a little bit smaller. It didn't have as much space. My friend didn't complain about it. She said she got a good night's sleep. I'm assuming she enjoyed it. The great thing about Holiday Inn Express, the rooms are always super clean, super comfortable. And those are like, I think there are three things I look for: clean, comfortable, and I can't even think of what the third thing is, but quiet probably, which my room was. I don't know if her room was because hers was a little bit further down, but I know my room was quiet, and so that's what I look for. Those are my main things, at least to be comfortable. But her room was a little bit smaller. Again, it had all the same accommodations, and of course, they had lots of outlets, which I like. So, yes. Once once I left and we checked out of the hotel, we did go out and we went to have dinner. Before I did that, I did drive around. I didn't get out the car. I took pictures, and those are also towards the end of the second room. So, the only thing I didn't like about the hotel, there was just one thing. I don't like popcorn ceilings. I don't know what it is about those kind of ceilings, but for some reason, they just annoy me. So yeah, that was the one thing. But it was the room was beautiful. I couldn't complain. There was nothing to complain about. You did have to pay for parking. I don't know if I mentioned that. So because you're downtown, you do have to pay for parking, which I think is weird. If you're paying for the hotel, I never understood why do you have to pay for parking too. It should be a part of that. So I did pay a separate price for parking. My friend decided to park on the street. I'm like, tomato, tomato. I'd rather just park where I feel it's a little bit safer. Mainly because I'm always traveling alone. I try to be on the safe than sorry side of things. So I did drive down after I left the hotel. I did drive down Canal Street, turned around and drove down. Oh my God, I can't remember the name of that street. It's the street where the Superdome is on, though. So I drove down that street. I did pass the Superdome. And then after doing all of that, we went to Houston's. It's a restaurant on St. Charles. Had never been. There are other restaurants I had been to on that street, but not that one. And it was so good. Their menu was fairly small, but I guess what they specialize in, they are excellent at. Okay, so she invited her friends, so it was three of us, and we all had salads. Don't ask me what kind of salad they had. I know I had the Caesar salad with chopped up chicken in it, and the way they did it, it reminded me a little bit of Subway, but on a more upscale way because it was delicious. So they chopped everything in it and the dressing and all, and it was just so delicious. I had gotten a margarita with it, and it was like the best margarita I ever had. And I'm old at this point in my life. So for me to have experienced that, it was like, and maybe it was the service, but the service was excellent. The meal was excellent. The drink was excellent. This restaurant is like a 10 out of 10. It was perfect all the way around. The atmosphere, the service, the food, just excellent. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Okay. So if you ever have the chance to go to New Orleans and you decide you want to have some great food, I highly recommend going to Houston's on St. Charles. Completely worth every penny. So that was my experience. After that, I drove home. They drove home. And their drive was, my friend's drive was a little bit longer than mine because she came out of state. I do live in Louisiana. I just don't live in New Orleans, at least not anymore. I came back after a long time away. And I've been here for a couple of years now. Anyway, that is the end of my rattling. I'm going to let you finish watching the video. I hope you enjoy the view. And thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. I know I haven't posted a video lately. life has been happening, and I know it's happening to everybody. So I'm going to try to get back in the rhythm of things. So thank you for sticking around, and please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. And until next time, bye for now, guys.